from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Henrico moves closer to gaining seats on the GRTC Board of Directors and a change in the COVID screening policies for spring sports in Henrico. We'll tell you more in today's Henrico News Minute. It's Friday, February 25th, 2022. It's brought to you today by Henrico County.
And now for the news.
A proposal that would give Henrico County 3 seats on the GRTC Board of Directors, granting it equal board representation with the 2 owners of the system, Richmond and Chesterfield, has earned unanimous approval from the Chesterfield County Board of Supervisors. It could also be approved by the Richmond City Council next week. Now, the proposal would expand the transit company's board from 6 to 9 seats and, at Henrico's request, allow as many as 2 appointees from each of the 3 localities to be elected officials from those jurisdictions. Currently, all 6 members of the board are non-elected officials from Chesterfield and Richmond. Henrico officials have sought representation on the board for years and made a formal request last year. The county, however, is not purchasing an ownership interest in GRTC. Richmond was the sole owner when the transit company was formed in 1973. Chesterfield later purchased half in 1989. At that time, Henrico was offered the chance to join as an owner but chose not to. The plan approved this week by Chesterfield's Board of Supervisors also would require that at least 2 board members from each of the 3 localities be present to constitute a quorum, and that the same number vote in favor of a motion in order for it to earn approval. Once the City Council in Richmond has adopted the same proposal, the current Board of Directors for the GRTC and the State Corporation Commission also must do so before they can take effect. Henrico County Manager John Vitolkas intends to appoint 2 members of the county's Board of Supervisors and 1 non-elected county employee to the GRTC board. I've got a lot more on this topic on henricocitizen.com right now. It's coverage you'll find only in the Citizen. Students who play spring sports in Henrico Public Schools will not be required to undergo weekly COVID-19 screening. The decision was made and announced yesterday. It's made in part based upon the county's strong vaccination rate, according to School System Chief of Staff Beth Tigan. About 60% of Henricoans between the ages of 5 and 17 are vaccinated against COVID with at least 1 dose. The county has been requiring all unvaccinated athletes and coaches participating in winter sports to be tested weekly. Also on the school front, this month Henrico County Public Schools began a Test to Stay program with a supply of nearly 5,000 at-home COVID-19 tests. The program allows unvaccinated students who have been exposed to the virus to continue attending school during their 5-day quarantine period as long as they test negative each night. But during the first full week of the program's implementation last week, only 8 students participated. Participation is lower than officials had expected when they announced the program, but it's not shocking, according to Tigan, because transmission levels in schools have decreased rapidly. Parents whose children have been exposed to a close contact who tested positive for COVID are able to request to participate in the Test to Stay program and receive tests from the schools. You can read more about both of these topics right now on henricocitizen.com by clicking on News and then Education. The Henrico Fire Marshal's office was one of 2 recipients of the Governor's Fire Service Awards for Excellence in Virginia Community Risk Reduction. The office was recognized for its program for at-risk youth, which was created more than 2 decades ago as a way to identify hazards associated with fires set by youngsters. The division recently enhanced the program in a significant way and established classes to focus on the identified individual needs of participants. The division works with the Henrico Sheriff's Office, Virginia Commonwealth University Evans-Haynes Burn Center, and other community partners that share that goal of preventing fire and burn injuries. The award was one of 13 given in 8 different categories. All were presented during the annual Virginia Fire Chiefs Association and Rescue Conference recently in Virginia Beach. Henrico Police are seeking the public's help to identify a person of interest in an attempted carjacking that took place earlier this week. It happened in the 2300 block of Mechanicsville Turnpike about 4 p.m. on February 22nd. And we have a picture of the person on our website right now. You can visit henricocitizen.com, click on News and then Crime to see it. If you recognize him, call Detective Bartol with Henrico Police at 501-4865, or you can also report your tips anonymously through Crime Stoppers at 780-1000 or p3tips.com. Virginia Delegate John McGuire, who represents the 56th District, announced yesterday that he will seek the new 10th District seat in the Virginia Senate. McGuire's current district includes a portion of the far western part of Henrico, but the 10th Senate District does not include the county. Instead, it includes parts of Louisa, Goochland, Hanover, Powhatan, Fluvanna, Buckingham, Appomattox, Amelia, Prince Edward, and Cumberland counties. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by Henrico County, which is celebrating Black History Month all month long. Visit the county's YouTube page at youtube.com/Henrico County Government to watch original documentaries and biographies spotlighting Henrico's black community. That's youtube.com/Henrico County Government.